So after all that time, going through everything that I went through in BC, I ended up coming home, back to Ontario. I actually spent the summer in Peterborough, and I tented. And I ended up going back and forth in between Bowmanville and Peterborough. But in the end, I was trying to make my way back home. I haven't seen my mom in years, probably before COVID. And I first went to BC when I was 22. And I'm basically just returning now at age 33. Never thought I would be back on my own block that I grew up on. Robert Street, Hamilton, Ontario. Steel City 905. When I was 14 years old, I grew up on a street called Tiffany Street in the North End. Then later I moved to Robert Street, Wellington and Robert Street, a block up from General Hospital. I ran away at age 14 from an abusive home, from a home of alcoholics. It took me pretty much 10 years to forgive my parents for what they put me through as a kid. And I realized in the end, when they're gone, that it's only gonna hurt me if I don't make peace with myself and with my past and forgive. I've suffered a lot of losses in my life. My first love passed away. My father passed away. Recently, one of my best friends just killed themselves. He hung himself. And I was just talking to him the day before that he took his own life. I honestly don't know how much more I can take. I'm starting to feel like I might have to go back to my old ways. I have to start selling drugs again. I might have to hit a lick, man. This shit ain't no joke. I'm 33. My life has been a fucking tragedy. I need to get what I deserve. I ain't going out like that, man. I didn't go through all of this for no reason. Society rejected me, the system rejected me. My entire existence pretty much rejected me. Spent years homeless. Lost everybody I ever loved. I've suffered. But the world will blame me and say it's my fault. Like I did something wrong. Fuck, maybe I should. Maybe I should just fucking give up, man. Been trying to fucking survive my whole life since I was a kid. Everything working against me. Nothing but darkness, pain, suffering, poverty, death, loss, homelessness. I already try to be a part of society. I already try to work. I already try to contribute to the community. You know. The more I try to become a part of society, the more I realize that I don't belong in it. The more I realize how corrupt and broken and sick that society and the system really is, and that it actually isn't my fault. I'm a product of my environment, and I tried to do the best that I could with what I was given, and unfortunately, my best wasn't good enough, because I really did give it my best. There was some positives about coming back home, back to my old hood. I got to see my best friend that I grew up with. It's funny because we used to run through the city, just crash, you know, we were just teens. You know, you only get best friends once in your life, right? JoJo's like really the last person that I got left from my era, like growing up. Like nobody else made it. Like my dad died, everybody died. Everybody that me and him grew up with that we know, most of them passed away, most of them ended up on drugs. You know, most people just didn't make it. Even one of our closest friends, you know, he lost himself to mental illness and addiction. And honestly, we thought he was dead. Like he disappeared for like 10 years. And he was like my best friend growing up as a kid. I always kept him around me, you know, we were always around each other. You know, we ran through the city. You know, he was always a little different, you know, but no matter what, we stuck by each other. You know, it was me, JoJo, and Anthony. And we grew up as kids together, you know, and we didn't know where Anthony was. He was gone for like 10 years, but we knew something was going on with him, with his mental health. And the craziest thing just happened. I'm scrolling through Instagram and all of a sudden I find a video and the guy looks kind of familiar, so I listened to it. And as soon as I heard the voice, I knew right away. I was like, no way, it's Anthony, you know. And I haven't heard from him for like almost 10 years. And I thought he was dead, you know. So did JoJo, you know, we really didn't know what happened. All of a sudden I find this video in the craziest way. One of the biggest videographers out of Toronto that does all the Toronto rappers, music videos, Casper, TNG, just, you know, did his video computers. This guy actually video records the homeless and he helps the homeless downtown Toronto. And he found Anthony. And I was already watching this guy's, like, you know, seeing him come up, making the music videos and stuff like that. And I just randomly, I saw this video. So I reached out to him. Me and JoJo reached out to him and he got back to us. Told us where Anthony is. You know, it's just crazy that, like, you know, I come back from BC after like a decade. You know, things kind of feel normal for the first time in a long time. I've been isolated. Took myself out of my element. You know, I went to a different side of the country. It was a culture shock. It changed my life, you know. And now I'm back home. And there's a sense of normality, you know, belonging. Everybody needs to belong to something, to somewhere. And when you lose that, you lose yourself. You know, and now it's coming back full circle. All of a sudden, things are closing up. In a good way, though, like, you know, I'm making peace with people. You know, I come back to my old hood and reconnect with my best friend, you know, and then we find our other best friend that we thought was dead through the craziest way ever. On a video that went viral, it's got like over 400,000 views. You know, it's one of the biggest videographers out of Toronto. It's just crazy. How could that happen? Like, what are the chances of something like this happening? Everything is happening for a reason. It's coming back full circle. You know, the saying, what goes up must come down. You know, what goes around comes around. You know, type of a thing. And that's the way life's going right now. So I'm hoping, you know, that things are different and things work out. But, you know, I'm still drowning in life. I'm still struggling in a pretty bad way where, you know, if I don't change things soon, it could be the end of me, you know. Because being exposed to the streets for this long, and homelessness and pain and agony and having no happiness and no fulfillment in your life for your whole life, that converts into sickness, disease, mental illness. People are pushed into addiction, you know, and I've never folded. I never touched the drugs because look at what it's done to my people. Look, it took my first love. It took my dad away. It took Anthony away. It took everybody away, and I've watched everybody deteriorate. And, you know, I could have gave up and gave in, but I didn't.
I posted the video. Your cousin reached out and your friend. They said they've been looking for you for 10 years, bro. And they're just so happy to see that you're okay.
Cory Resilient?
Let me see. I found you. What's up, bro? Oh my gosh, man. You do the disappearing act.
I was like scavenging, like just exploring, and I totally forgot.
No
just
way.
sit there and stand away from you. Sorry, but